Hello and welcome to another Every Nation Commentary. It's our commentary for June 2023. I'm your host, Zach.
And I'm your co-host, Chris.
And this month we are celebrating the release of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the final Indiana Jones movie. We'll see. But we're going back into Indiana Jones' past, specifically like his younger days, because we were watching an episode. We haven't watched TV before, but thankfully this is like an actual movie length TV episode. We're watching Young Indiana Jones and the Mystery of the Blues, which was an episode of Young Indiana Jones Chronicles back in the 90s. Actually, I think 30 years ago, because this episode aired in 1993, so we're a couple months past its 30th anniversary, but it was like March of 1993 this originally aired. And originally Young Indiana Jones, it was on ABC. It followed all of Indiana Jones's his adventures in World War One and when he was a little kid and running into I think literally every famous person of the 20th century. If you read who he meets in this show, it's how is he how has he not mentioned any of this in the movies, or no one mentions any of this? So, he's met all these famous people like Picasso and Charles de Gaulle and
He's very humble about his adventures, apparently.
Yeah.
Yet, I think some people know he knows famous people.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, they don't really mention it. Hey, remember, all these insanely famous people in Indy that you're friends with, like Elliot, in this episode we're gonna Elliot Ness and Ernest Hemingway. And then running afoul of Al Capone. So, but yeah, all the episodes are on Disney Plus because Disney has the Indiana Jones movies now. They have all the 4 movies that are currently available to stream, plus all the Young Indiana Jones episodes. Although the episodes that are available are not how they originally aired; they're 2 or 3 episodes mashed together. But I believe Mystery of the Blues was a 90-minute special episode when it aired in 1983. So I don't think we're getting weird commercial. I mean, maybe there'll be commercial breaks. I don't know, but I think this I think we're seeing it kind of as it was originally aired. It's not an edited version of anything. So, but yeah, so head over to Disney Plus, find it, and pause it at 0. And then I'm gonna give a countdown here, and we'll get started. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. It's actually starting like a movie. That's weird.
Yeah, there's a Paramount logo that I didn't know Paramount had involvement in this.
Well, I mean they've owned the Indiana Jones movies for forever. They put out the original movies.
Okay, now it turned blue. That's the mystery.
Why is it so sad? Yeah, that's the big thing about Jeffrey Wright. What? Yeah, that's the big thing about this episode is that Harrison Ford
Keith David?
Yeah, Keith David. There's a lot of big people are they were in this show. But yeah, this is the the only episode that Harrison Ford guest starred on.
And this is near the second season of this show.
Yeah, middle the middle of the second season. They had an older it was George Hall, I think was his name. He was the old Indiana Jones who had an eye patch and stuff.
He looked closer like Sean Connery at that point.
Wait, 1950. When was Crystal Skull? That was 60s or was that 50s?
60s.
So this is right before Crystal. This is right before Crystal Skull.
Apparently. But this is pretty cool that this is an indie adventure proper with Harrison Ford in the beginning.
With some pretty solid stunt driving. Indy invented drifting.
Snow drifting.
That was he did that himself. That was not like oh, I lost control.
He wasn't being chased anymore.
He just casually drove into like a snowdrift. Man, if this is all for a saxophone, then
that looks so real. This snow effect. I gotta admit, the film quality of the TV show isn't bad. Like, it looked pretty good. Like, this looks like a movie in the 90s.
I
Not
think
like a TV movie.
I think they were trying to make it like cinematic. Like, I mean, George Lucas was like heavily involved in it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's the Zach. That's the blue sax. That's like a.
That's like a baby. Let's
Yeah. Like,
was that like an alto?
does that work? Wow. Is that a real like instrument?
I mean, I think there's like I don't know if it's that tiny though. That's like a kid. That's like a baby saxophone.
Yeah.
That was like Blade Runner esque narration. I was like, well, I'm in Blade Runner mode now. I'm just gonna. I don't care.
Let me reminisce. Let me talk about like how hard the job is.
I feel like the Rocketeer is gonna show up at some. Ice tea. That's what you drink at a jazz club.
Maybe it's a hard iced tea. Whoa, young Jeffrey Wright.
Shut up, kid.
Is that Forrest Whitaker? No.
I don't. Was he in the credits? I didn't see his name in the credits. Elliot Ness was like he was studying like karate or something. Like,
Wait, that's Elliot Ness?
yeah, they're roommates because he knows everybody.
Hope there won't be any alcohol.
Well, you're saying 1920, so it's like, yeah, it's not prohibition yet, right?
It'd be like the 30s, so
Yeah, I thought the prohibition was like the 30s.
20s. No,
Oh,
Prohibition was 30s. Roaring 20s was a thing. So
yeah.
this is like 32, so there's no alcohol.
Well, I think this is like 19, it's like spring 1920 is what the episode description says.
Oh,
So
it's 1920. Okay. How old is Elliot Ness? Because he seems like he's like in high school. What is going on?
yeah, it's just are they in college?
Because that's the outfit of like a
Like a
primary
schoolboy, like a private
school.
school. Yeah.
It's so weird to see a young Jeffrey Wright.
This this never came back in the movies. Like Indy's like love of jazz and like his like, oh man, these syncopated beats, man. Like
That's rhythm.
I wish I wish they had like it, but like. I mean, obviously this was made after all the movies, but I just like have him just like randomly just pull out like a saxophone and like Raiders of the Lost Ark, just like I got to jam on these, I got to jam some beats out.
He's like a weird jazz nerd.
Yep. I bet you didn't know Elliot Ness was a gigantic dork.
And then this whole club is gonna bully him.
Yep. I'll show you. One day I'll become like the biggest prohibition cop in the world. I'll shut all you down. Damn.
Cold. Kid's a dick.
Let's go Club Obi-Wan.
Indy goes, and that's the day I hated jazz.
This is the day my love of jazz died.
It is Forrest Whitaker. No, it's confusing. Also, where's Keith David? Is he supposed to be like somewhere hiding in the background? So what's this guy do with archaeology at this point? It just seems like it's just like Indy's nerdum fandom moment.
Yeah.
Is he gonna give him the kid like sax?
So it's a soprano sax. That's what it is.
Ah, now they're buds. Or this is a trick.
He's like busts out like a crazy solo.
So is the mystery over that soprano sax or another thing?
Or yeah, they just happen to find a saxophone, and he's like, oh man, that time I played saxophone. Like, oh yeah, Jeffrey Wright's playing an actual he's playing Sidney Bechet, who's like an actual one of the
Historical
greatest
figure.
jazz musicians of all time.
Gotcha.
Stay away from that blow. Wait, so it is Prohibition?
Yeah, so it's 1920 something. So Prohibition's still in swing. All right, now like the set's downgrading in quality. Like like it's
Yeah,
slowly becoming like a '90s music video now.
yeah. That's what I found out about racism.
I do miss this era of bars where it's just listen to jazz in the dark, drink. Because now if you go to like a jazz club like this, it's more hipster, and
Mm.
there's a huge like I don't know like age difference. I don't know. When's the last time you've been to a speakeasy, Zach?
It's been a while.
And they do not sound like this.
No,
Like
there's no impromptu jazz concerts.
as a kid, I was like, man, I can't wait to be an adult, listen to music like this. Yeah, where's the scar?
Oh, like his chin scar.
Yeah.
I think it's a good. I played it for 5 minutes. I was not that good.
Well, he's also playing like the clarinet,
Yeah.
unlike the soprano sax.
Oh, I was hoping he was gonna like jump up there and be like, I understand now, just like wailing on the saxophone.
I get it. I'm like you guys now.
I'm a jazzist. What do you
Years
think?
pass.
What do you think, random kids?
So he's in college.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the University of Chicago.
I guess.
Wow, these these crazy 1920s college parties.
Yep.
It's just gonna be like a Back to the Future moment where he's just like, well, it's just like, you guys don't understand this, but your kids will love it. Like,
I know.
he's gonna do some like crazy like 80s like saxophone solo.
I'm trying to think of like the Lost Boys, like Sax Man.
Yeah,
He's
Baker
gonna get into that.
Street, like yeah.
Yeah. We can really tell the embarrassment where he wants to play jazz and they want to play stuffy
Yeah.
like barbershop quartet.
We're gonna play Toot Toot Tootsie.
Oh, he does have a scar.
I could be a jazz musician.
I got the skills.
You know what's weird too is like it's like mystery of the blues, but it's not blues, it's jazz.
Well, blues and jazz is like hand in
Similar,
hand
but like
sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, blues is definitely like sad music, and then
yeah.
jazz is like can be anything. But you're right. But maybe like there's a turning point in this where something happens and now it's blues time.
Killing the vibes, man.
That
I'm
was the
getting flash
secret.
I'm getting flashbacks to like did you ever see like the second season of like the spoils? There's like spoils of Babylon and like the spoils before dying.
Yeah.
Like there's an entire episode where it's just like that's what the jazz is, man. That's what jazz is, man. Jazz. Like, it's like this insane like explanation of like what jazz is.
Yep.
I
It
think
goes
that's
on
very.
way too long. Yeah,
I,
it got to the point where it's like trying to explain jazz. It's always getting to like a philosophical debate.
yeah, I feel like we're trapped in that now. It's like that's what the jazz is all about.
You part of the jazz, man. You get it? The rhythm, the funk, the soul.
I've been to Africa.
In order to become a better jazz man, go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Apparently,
What?
just the Chicago jazz is not where it is.
It's like why you guys to Chicago then? Like go to New Orleans.
Yeah. Maybe are they from New Orleans? Is that
I
the
don't
thing?
know. The guy should be like, yeah, what the hell are we doing in Chicago? Let's go to New Orleans. You gotta hear the jazz and be the jazz, because that's what the jazz is. The jazz is all about the jazz. What is everyone else in this like speakeasy thinking? They're like, um, why you guys like teaching like this like white kid like about
If it's
jazz?
like jam session, you're like, I came here for jazz, not
Yeah.
a lesson. But I get it. It's like a friendly establishment, I guess.
Except for that like that like racist guy who was there earlier, but
Yeah, racist Fred over there by the bar.
Spoiler alert, you don't.
Indy does not become a musician.
You don't become a great jazz musician.
Doesn't make sense if Indy was younger while this happened, but he's already in college and he's like, I'm giving up my dream as a musician.
I think he's already. I mean, he's already fought World War One too.
Yeah, it's like 27, so
Which actually mentioning that he seems very not screwed up by World War One.
yeah, you would not tell that he survived a war. He's a vet. He gets like bullied by everyone. He's like easily tricked.
Yeah.
His roommate's like a very like annoying Elliot Nash. Did he even like? Did everyone? They all went to war, right? Like in that era, it was just like they needed
Pretty.
people.
I mean, yeah. That was it was like the Lost Generation. It was like all the young men went to World War One and died.
Yeah, he would have a crazy jazz beat of all the sadness and stuff. You know, his
Yeah.
blues would be very like heartbreaking. Also, for someone that like had these grand world adventures, he just doesn't know like jazz
Anything.
beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's like all like in this episode, you would think Indy went from like little boy to this, and
Yeah.
then
It
he's like
hasn't
kind
gone
of
anywhere. Yeah.
naive.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He
There's
was
no
like
references to his other adventures.
he was at the Paris peace talks that ended World War One. Like he was instrumental in the peace talks.
And I guess that's the thing about Indiana Jones, is he's very like accomplished, but you wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
And he
I
knows
would
have like happy birthday. Oh no, Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars.
I would laugh if he started playing the Indiana Jones theme.
A sexy jazz version of it.
Yeah.
Where is this? Where there's like a water canal by the house? So you see the water reflectiveness?
Yeah. I mean, there's that main. Wait, now it's. Is there a beach in Chicago? I guess there's a beach,
There's a
whatever lake
beach.
they're on. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's that guy. He's just the guy wandering around the beach playing sax.
Playing sax. Just all right, cool.
Shut up, that goddamn saxophone! Is the mystery just understanding jazz?
I guess so. I thought there would be a bigger thing, but
Well,
I mean, this is
apparently,
fine in
I
its
mean,
different way.
spoilers for what's coming up, but the episode description says there's a murder mystery coming up. So at some point he has to team up with Elliot Ness and Ernest Hemingway to solve a murder. So hopefully that's coming up soon because we're already 30 minutes in this movie.
Yeah, at this point, it's episode 2 of the miniseries.
We're close. Yeah, we're close. To, if it was a normal episode, we're 10 minutes away from it ending.
Yeah, this whole episode could have been a whole different movie, like a story about a man learning jazz.
Yeah.
Bring jazz to the church.
I've never seen this, but like my prediction is CJ is gonna get murdered.
Either CJ or his sister.
I don't think his sister. I think CJ seems like he's in like some sort of like bad situation.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're right.
Like he's like he's working for like mobsters or something.
He's gonna explain his problems right here at this like
Yep.
dinner, and then it's gonna go downhill.
And he's like he wants to get out and then like
Uh-oh. That's the statement that it's like, I'm gonna go find trouble now.
I'm gonna talk to this guy Al Capone. This got really intense. Like they're like, um, pass the mashed potatoes.
It is a weird fight to have, but I get it. It's their household though.
Mm.
So it's like, oh, do you want to go back to jazz now or some like really deep issues? Like, I get it. As a kid, this is a lot to take in if you're just 4.
Indy's like, so when I was a kid, I found mummies.
Yeah, I know. What's he gonna bring up at the like? I I know we didn't watch the whole series. Can you imagine every like arc is something where he wants to bring up some amazing fact about himself, but he can't because of just harsh realities?
Yep.
So Indy brought his sax, even though he's not gonna play.
Yeah. There's Keith David.
Man, 1920s sucked for beverages. You just had like alcohol, water, and tomato juice.
Well, I think it's like code for like whatever you actually want to drink.
Even then, get beverage options. Like it was like, oh, what would you have? Milk. All right.
Of an egg cream.
Can I get an Ovaltine? Like, all right. She's supposed to be Louis, like Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong, yeah. And then
Okay.
oh boy.
That's the second
I
red
don't.
flag where
Yeah, I don't have a good feeling about CJ's future. Is it the same? They didn't look at the same club that he's like waitressing at or like waitering at, like
well that's
like a totally different like jazz club.
yeah, well I think that one's more of a like slow jazz that everyone's used to, not the like more
Yeah.
funky beat.
Wow. Those some like those elevated trains don't look that great.
That's what I'm saying. I think like as the episodes like drag on, you could see the budget kind of dip. God This feels like a year went by of Indy trying to play this happy, like, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah.
You just figure out, like, improv notes?
It's about the notes you don't play, Chris. My God, the boy's done it. He's done it. He's a jazzist.
He's learning.
You're ready. We're friends now.
You got the jazz in you.
Yeah, you have the jazz. You have the jazz now.
Now that I'm thinking about how early we called it, where we all thought Jones had the jazz, and it's like 40 minutes later, like, okay. He barely gets the jazz.
That's what the jazz is all about.
Yeah, we're friends now.
He's like Ron Burgundy. He's always got his clarinet. Oh no.
Not again.
Indiana Jonesy, the sax man.
Most jazzing Twinkle Little Stars that anyone's ever had.
He's got the jazz. God, Elliot Ness is just a Buzz Killington.
Oh yeah.
Jane Krakowski.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Is this series always had like an all-star cast in every episode?
I think there's like if you like look at the people who have guest starred in it, it's like you'll be like, wait, they were on there? Like Daniel Craig was on an episode, like try like yeah, like Christopher Lee, Captain Zeta Jones,
Oh,
Elizabeth Hurley, uh Max von Sydow.
well, Indy was like a blockbuster success. So I'm having this show, like everyone wanted to be part of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you want to be in this new Indiana Jones thing? Like, yeah, sure. Like,
Oh, there's the blues. I mean, there's even like blue lighting already. It's like set for it.
yeah. I've seen stuff.
I was in a war.
Yeah. I was in the trenches. I said dead bodies. This guy is the blues guy. Who the hell's this random trumpet guy?
I don't think he's his real historical figure, but I think he might be just like one of the real. He doesn't get Greek music. Oh, did not see the boss getting shot.
Wow, that's the murder. Like we were way off. Bacalissimo.
Does Indy learn how to play the blues from this now?
Dear God.
Why?
What is that? What is that? Like 200,000 like say like in like 1920s is probably like
Like $1 million.
probably more than that. $3 million.
Wow. Is this is like a restaurant or something?
Yeah.
You like whiskey and shotguns? Was there a prior episode with Ernest Hemingway?
Maybe. Yeah. He was in like 3 episodes.
Gotcha. Because it's like if you just jump in like I did, I'm just like I'm missing an
It's like
intro here.
Ernest Hemingway, like my old friend, they're also eating like gigantic subs. Like,
Oh my god.
look at the size of that thing.
Well, it's mostly bread than meat.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the beginning of Godfather,
Robert De Niro was like walking the other way.
whoa, check out that like flower suit they put him in. Is that a thing?
Is that actually him, or is that like it's like a representation of him?
No, that's him in the flowers. Okay, no, that was a.
No, it's got to be like, yeah, that's just like a float of him.
It was a pretty good, accurate paper mache of him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's Al Capone, huh? Just right there. Oh, Al Capone was the bartender?
This is how he rose to power. Like there's like cops like literally right next to them, and be like, "What are y'all gabbing about over there?" Like,
Yeah, that cop is like really close, isn't he?
that was weird.
Like how they just introduced the like show her character now.
Yeah, like it's like
Well, we know
ex-wife.
she's not. I don't know. We've been wrong about the death, so
Yeah.
maybe she is the killer. Yeah, I don't read the news. I thought reporters were supposed to be like dicks to each other.
They're really making like Elliot Ness like a George McFly. Like
Yeah. Indy's like 25. I'm doing this math correct because he fought in the war at 16. So
yeah,
no, he's 22 maybe.
right, early 20s probably. Yeah. Harold, who was talking about buying land,
Who gave him 100?
he got $100 tip. It's like the surveillance camera's missing. Oh wait, it's 1920s.
I gotta check his GPS on his phone. Gotta ping the nearest cell tower.
You're the killer.
Sorry, prototype Brittany Murphy.
If you're not the killer, I'll say we'll go out. Meanwhile, like 1920s jujitsu class.
Just, I guess, jujitsu or just tripping and Greco-Roman. Oh yeah, jazz.
Yeah, remember the first hour of this movie was about jazz and the blues. Yo, murder's like jazz. You remember Indy's an archaeologist?
Oh yeah.
He's not a jazz saxophonist. Is he going to college for archaeology, or like, because we don't know what his major is? Like,
We don't. I don't know what he was doing. Well, he becomes a professor at it, so
yeah,
he must be archaeologist because I can't imagine him switching
or like
majors between all that.
or just history. Like,
I do like he put on his Indiana Jones like sneaking outfit.
yep. Elliot Ness, Master of Disguise. That was not New Untouchables. I would have like I would have died of like Kevin Costner and like
Would have done like
Untouchables
a
did
voice
such
acting
a
like this.
crazy voice. Yeah. Golly. Jazz.
So the song becomes just like Dick Tracy. Yeah, bust up a bunch of gangsters.
This prune face all along.
This is the warehouse from Temple of Doom, like not Temple of Doom, but Raiders of the Lost
Raiders.
Ark.
Elliot Ness always screwing things up. The mystery of the blues. It's more like the mystery of like the restaurant. Like
Yeah, I know. The blues is just gone now. Now it's just
mis-
like way more
mis-
at stake.
mystery of the mafia. Like Does anyone see a whip? I need a whip.
That's my only main weapon.
The music lets you know it's wacky.
Who's firing back? Or are they just all running away and they're shooting at anything?
I guess going full John Woo's at 2 guns.
Those guns are wildly inaccurate if you're firing both of them. The door beats gun.
Mm-hmm. All the booze.
I'm also pretty sure that's like pretty volatile. I don't know. Depends how bad quality music was. I feel like this is the one giant action sequence to make up for the whole episode.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's been we have 50 minutes left in this episode. We have no act. It is anything Indiana Jones related.
I bet Indy understands the blues after this.
Yeah.
Man, it's just like the Indiana Jones stunt show.
They're fine. He's gonna be like, "Don't worry, guys." He pulls out his saxophone.
The power of jazz will help us.
Yeah. You guys like jazz? We're cool. Everything's fine.
We're friends now.
Yeah. Good luck on your investigation.
Uh-oh.
Al Brown? Al Capone. Oh my god.
So this has nothing to do with the jazz players, nothing to do with that side at all.
Nope.
Gonna put that in my bribe drawer.
Yep. The top of my Al Capone bribe money.
And with the mob.
I'm gonna become untouchable.
Is he based on someone too?
Um,
Probably not.
Ben Heck, maybe. Oh yeah, yeah. Ben Heck was an actual like not like novelist and screenwriter. Who is this random trumpet guy?
I don't know, the guy took over the spot where Indy would have been.
Yeah, could have been you. Could have been you, Jonesy.
Oh, now he gets the blues. You got
Yep.
jazz, but now it's You mastered the blues.
You've come full circle, Jonesy. You've mastered all the arts.
You've done the right thing, but then nothing happened.
You couldn't stop Al Capone. What did Indy think when like Al Capone was like became like like the kingpin of Chicago? It's like, well, I tried. Like,
He was there in the beginning. He's like he
yeah.
was there for the rise, and he just left. Wow, he just gives
Wow.
up.
Yep. I'm gonna play my saxophone. That's the power of jazz.
Did that stop them enough?
That's the lesson. The power of jazz.
Like murder these guys?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I felt like the middle was pretty strong, especially in the action sequence, and you think it's
Yeah.
gonna end with like a movie ending and not really like a sitcom ending.
Like, oh, like Harrison Ford using the power of jazz to like kill guys with snow.
Did not see that coming. I thought he was just gonna give up, and then it's like, all right,
That
well,
was
I couldn't do
that.
anything.
Yeah, that was like a weird. It's like, well, at least I got saxophone back. I'm gonna play jazz now. Like,
Is that his saxophone or just a saxophone that he found in that cabin?
God, that was like his actual saxophone from like Chicago. That'd been like so fucking weird. Just in the middle of a shack and like wherever the hell they are, like
Some mid-American,
Yeah, like
Native
Colorado or something.
American
Yeah,
reservation. Yeah, like the movie picks up when the murder happens. That's when an actual plot happens that isn't Indiana Jones being a jazz nerd.
yeah.
I do like how there's a disclaimer where Indiana Jones was not part of history.
He's a fake character, but like he's interacting with actual people. All right, so that was the mystery of the blues. I don't know if we've solved the mystery, but
I think the mystery is that it's misery. It's just that in order to master the blues, you need to be like a conspiracist.
you lose. Like,
There's no hope in solving the problem.
yeah,
Kind of a downer. I guess that's the point.
I feel like they need like Dial of Destiny needs to have like a Indiana Jones playing the saxophone.
Just some sort of reference. Like if they did small details, I would appreciate it better because I
Well,
did
I know.
not know Nick. I did not know he was a jazz fan.
Yeah. Well, I know in like I think in Crystal Skull they mentioned like something about like Pancho, like Mexico or Pancho Villa or something, and that was like a Young Indiana Jones episode.
Yeah, he did mention he rode with him. That was like
Yeah,
the closest we got.
yeah. They just there's like a bunch of references to like Young Indiana Jones stuff and like uh other media, I think, and like Crystal Skull had some, and then like so it's like popped out like other places that there's been like Young Indiana Jones stuff. Or they take like something that was mentioned in the movie and then like expand it into like a full like Young Indiana Jones episode or something. But yeah, I'm definitely like I've always wanted like to watch like because I've always heard about the show, so I might try to like watch more, just like start at the beginning again, like and watch try to watch some of them.
Right.
But yeah, this is definitely like a an interesting interesting place to jump in.
Yeah, drop-in point, a little confusing if it's your first time, which it was for me for this
Mhm.
movie.
But yeah, any final thoughts, Chris?
Uh, no, like this is a nice like prequel series that makes sense at the time, and uh, like it starts strong,
I
but
mean,
then you realize it's gonna be a history of jazz for
yeah.
like 7% of the episodes.
Well, I mean, I think like quality wise, definitely feels like cinematic mostly.
Yes,
Like it feels more cinematic than like most '90s TV shows.
it does dip. We point that out.
Yeah, there's some scenes that like you're like, oh yeah, this is the '90s. Like,
So it's surprising, but then not. So I gotta watch more. I'll be more into like other things, but yeah, this is like the best for the Harrison Ford part because
yeah, yeah,
it connects
that's
like
the
a
only one.
future and present thing.
Yeah, that's the only one that has Harrison Ford in it. Do you think Harrison Ford was like he's like, oh, I can play jazz? All right, I'll show up. Like,
Yeah, that part is
I can
not
play a
what I thought it would
saxophone.
be.
I love the saxophone. He brought his own saxophone. It's like, yeah, look, I play jazz all the time, man.
Yeah, it's just like whenever like he gets bored, he just plays jazz and he weaponizes it.
But yeah, so I think that'll do it for this month's commentary. We'll be back next month with another commentary. Head over to the site for all of our usual other stuff, like our reviews and trailers and news and all of the stuff we put on the site. And yeah, so for Chris, I'm Zach, and we will see you next time. For more Everything Action, head to www.everythingaction.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at EVAction, on Facebook by searching for Everything Action, and follow us on Instagram at everything.action. You can also subscribe and get more episodes on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.